Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another Tech Gear Talk video. Today I want to talk about getting a little more organized with your video creation process and how that's going to help you be more successful on YouTube. I'm going to tell you right now that I am not the most organized person. My memory is actually pretty incredible for most things, but there are definitely some areas where it's not the best. I also do so much that I found that I have to create a system for myself. Otherwise, I'll forget some details. I know that a big challenge for a lot of YouTubers is making sure that they have enough time to create the content they want to publish. If one of your goals is growing your YouTube channel, then I hope that somewhere near the top of your strategy is having a consistent upload schedule. There's a ton of evidence out there that that's one of the best things that you can do to help your channel grow. Now, obviously it takes time and effort to keep up with all the tasks that are required to create all this content. And if you don't feel like you have enough time, or if you just want to refine or streamline your process, I created a more in-depth video to help you with all the tips that I came up with. I'll add a link to it up in the corner and also in the description of this video so that you can check it out once you're done with this one. Okay, so back to my great, but sometimes not so good memory. If you ask me right now to outline each step necessary for the production of a video, I could probably do that fairly easily. So for example, when I go to shoot, I check things like the lighting, the cameras, making sure that each camera has the correct lens and that the scene is framed exactly how I want it. I'll look at exposure, white balance, focus. I'll make sure the microphones are connected and that the levels are correct. Check to see that all the batteries are fully charged and that the memory cards have enough space on them. If it's a product review, I'll make sure that I have the product ready as well as any accessories that I'm going to use in the video. And then I'll set up my talking points and probably a few other things. But sometimes in the moment, I find that I forget something small and that ends up biting me in the ass. For example, do you know how frustrating it is to finish shooting a video just to realize that the microphone levels were off, or that two cameras were using two different white balance settings, or even that one of the cameras was out of focus or wasn't framed correctly? Now, some of these things I can take care of during editing, but others would require me to do the whole shoot over again. And what I really lost was time. I already mentioned in one of my other videos that I think that time is the most important thing that we have. Not only that, now I have to reschedule everything that I had on my schedule because I need more time to do what I just messed up. So as basic or as lame as it sounds, I use checklists for shooting, for editing, and even for publishing. Now, some people say, well, I don't want to take the time it takes to create a checklist and then I have to check it every time I want to shoot or edit or publish a video. And hey, if you're perfect at these things, more power to you. This isn't for everyone. But for me, I found that I'd rather spend 1 minute going through a checklist before I start shooting than have to spend another 30 minutes shooting the entire video over again. I'd rather spend the little bit of time it takes to make sure that the white balance is correct on both cameras than have to later on go and post and correct all the footage shot with the camera that was set incorrectly. And honestly, most of all, I'd rather just not have to think about it at all, because going through one of my checklists takes no mental energy at all. And then I can focus all my energy on the task at hand, and I have no distractions and no worries. So let me know what you think. Do you use lists? Why or why not? And how do you keep track of all the things that you need to do either for creating videos or other similar creative tasks? Now, does this mean that I don't screw up? No, I screw up, but don't get me wrong, I don't mind screwing up. What I do mind is screwing up twice the same way, because that means I didn't learn my lesson. And this isn't just about video, it's about life in general. Because if you live in a way where you're always worried about messing up, then not only are you gonna be disappointed, but you're also super limited. Like, remember that we rarely regret the risks that we take as much as the risks that we didn't take. So mess up, but then learn your lesson. And I know this is outside of video, but give yourself permission to mess up ahead of time, as long as you understand that it's an opportunity to learn something and then grow from it. So when I mess up, when an item wasn't on my list, I just add it to my list and then move on. I mean, I can sit around and be frustrated and disappointed, but that's not gonna make a difference. I still have to move from where I am right now. I focus on the fact that I have a more complete list now, and then I try not to repeat that mistake again. And again, I found that lists are the best way for me to keep track of all the silly things that I need to do in order to produce a video. If you have any tips that you think other creators would find helpful, please put them in the comment section below, or even if you have some ideas that you want me to cover in a future video, just let me know. Also, if you're curious about any aspect of my creative or production process, Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm super happy to share everything I know with you. I hope that this video helps you see that checklists can help you stay organized with your YouTube creation process, and that ultimately it will help you grow your channel. I'll add a link in the description and up in the corner to the more detailed video so you can hear some of my other tips. Give this video a thumbs up, tweet it, share it, and hit the subscribe and notification buttons. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Tech Gear Talk. Good luck and see you soon.